Hi guys, so in this video I will be covering all the important questions of Python skill that ChatGPT gave me, that in any interview the interview can ask me these type of questions. So let's start. Also, if you want to know that how you can prepare for your interviews, like how to gain your some confidence to speak in your interview, that you need to follow my previous videos in which I have prepared, like I have told you that how you can give the prompt and what type of prompt you need to give to your ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will give you the questions. Also, I prepared some tips and tricks that how you can be remembered, like what you have to do and what you do not. So some do and don'ts I also shared in that video. So now let's start our Python's questions. So ChatGPT will give me, like ChatGPT gave me these questions. That is, first one is from section Python basics. The first question here is, what are the key features of Python? So it gave me the definition. So I really need to know that what should be the answer for that question, and how can, like, what should be the structure for that question while explaining in your interview. So you do not need to remember them word by word or something like fructification. You just need to know that what type of questions the interview can ask me. So I should be prepared before my interview. So now let's read the definition. That is, Python is an interpreted, dynamically typed, high-level and object-oriented programming language. It supports automatic memory management, and it has extensive libraries and is widely used for web development, machine learning, and scripting. So by this definition or by this answer, you know that what are the key features of Python and what you have to be remember. Like there are 4 type of key features that ChatGPT gave me. Also, I recommend you to answer them before looking at the answer from your notes, from your like college notes that you have written, like you have in your book. So I also prefer that. But for asking for the ChatGPT, it will like give you the proper structure, like the direct answer, like how you should explain in your interview, in front of the interview. So it will give you the basic idea and will give you the environment, like what kind of questions and how to answer them. Now the question number 2 is, what is the difference between Python 2 and Python 3? So you can see that print statement, division, and Unicode support. So you need to learn that in Python 2 we do not have the parenthesis with print statement, but in Python 3 we have that. And in the division, when we do the 5 by 2 Python 2, it will give me the int value, that is 2, but in Python 3 it will give me the float value, that is 2.5. And the Unicode support, as Python 3 supports Unicode by default. Now the next section, so you can also see that ChatGPT will cover the questions section wise and the importance of that. So now the next question is data types and variables. What are mutable and immutable data types in Python? So there are list, dictionary, and set that are mutable, that can be changed, and immutable is the data types that cannot be changed, that is tuple, string, int, float. Now the next question is, what is the difference between a list and a tuple? So as you can see that in the mutability basis, we can say that list is mutable and tuple is immutable. And with speed, we can say that list is slower and tuple is faster. And here's the syntax for them. Now the next section is Python operators. What is difference between is and equal operator? So equal operator compares the value. It will give you true and false, like Boolean value if the values are same. But is operator will compare the memory location. If they point the with the two variable point the same object, like so, then it will give me the true. Otherwise false. Now the next question, that is question number 6, is explain the difference between and or and not. So these are the basic questions that you know, but you need to have the idea and you need to do this for the revision purpose also. So you can read this out. Now the next section is control flow and loops. And from that section, we have the question number 6, that is, what is difference between break, continue, and pass? So break exits the loop, continue skips the current iteration and move to the next one, and pass does nothing and it can be used as a placeholder. Now the 8th question is, what is the output? So it is output based questions. You can see that. So this is the basic pattern question in which we are using the break statement. So when it says the value I is 3, it will break there. So it will print 0, 1, and 2. Now the next section is the 5th section, that is function and scope. What is the difference between arguments and keyword arguments in Python? So we have positional arguments and keyword arguments. So these are the positional argument, that is function 5, and in places we have hello, it matched by position. In keyword arguments, we have function name equals to Alice and age equals to 25. So these are matched by the name. Now the next question is 10th question, that is, what are args and KW args? I don't know about this question, but you can read that out loud. So let's see what is saying, that we are creating a function called example in which we are giving these arguments, and if we print args, it will give me 1, 2, and if we like you okay, so these are the example of positional argument. So first one is the positional argument and second one is the keyword argument. So you can see how we are printing them. So this is the output difference. You can see that. Now the next question is object-oriented programming in Python. So the question, and it's the most popular question, is what are four pillars of OOPS? So we have these four pillars: encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. So object-oriented programming is mostly asked in Java. So I'm also preparing in Java, but if the interview focused in Python, so you need to know that how object-oriented programming works in Python. So this is here, encapsulation is restricting direct access to data using underscore or double underscore. Now the second is abstraction, hiding implementation details. Third is inheritance, reusing code from a base class. Fourth is polymorphism, one interface and multiple implementations. Now the next question is, how do you implement inheritance in Python? So this is the example that you can see here, in which we need to know that in the second function we are using child and we are inheriting the parent class in child class. So you can see that if we do the c.show, it will give me the parent class, and if we do the c.display, it will give me the child class. And the next section we have is file handling, and you can also see that the flow of the questions that ChatGPT giving you. So if you have the other question in your mind or something like that, so you can follow these section wise questions for your revision. So let's see question number 13. How do you read a file in Python? So with open ensures automatically file closing, and this is the example, and you can use the .read function for reading a file in Python. You can remember this. And similarly for the write function, you can do .write and hello file. So you can write in your file with .write function. Now the next section is exceptional handling. How do you handle exceptions in Python? So we can handle the exception by try, except, and finally. And you can do the syntax, how we are using the syntax here. Question number 16, what is the difference between exception and base exception? So in base exception, the root class for all exception, and the exception is the subclass of base exception used for the regular errors. Now the next section is modules and libraries. So what is the difference between a module and a package in Python? So this is the very basic questions. You can see here, this first one is module, a single .py file containing functions and classes. Module and the package are directly containing multiple modules in that .py file function. Now the next question is, how do you install and use an external library in Python? So this is also very basic questions. If you made any project like in Python, that you already know that we can install an external library by the pip command, and we can import that by import keyword. Now the next section is advanced Python topics. So what is a lambda function in Python? Also you can give these type of command like prompt to your ChatGPT, like I want you to give me the basic, intermediate, and advanced questions from Python that interview can ask me, or the most interview can ask in an interview. So you can customize your prompt according to yourself, and ChatGPT will give you the good amount of questions for that only. Okay, so here you can see that this is how we can declare our lambda function. Now the next question is, you can see the syntax here, that how we are building that, and you can also read out what is the lambda function, why we use it. Question number 20, what is the difference between deep copy and shallow copy? So deep copy is, it creates a new object and recursively copies all elements, and shallow copy creates a new object but references nested objects. And here's the syntax, how we can do the shallow copy and how we can do the deep copy. So in shallow copy we only use the copy.copy function, and in deep copy we specifically write the deep copy keyword. Question number 21, how does memory management work in Python? So memory management is work by, because Python have automatic garbage collection, and it use reference counting and generational GC, and it can be used, like it is used gc.collect to force the automatic garbage collection. So you can also give that answer according to your understanding. Now ChatGPT also give me the last two questions, like tricky one question, because it knows my background. It have some memory that I tell them. So it also gave me final HR and tricky Python questions. And we have question number 22. Why did you choose Python over other languages? So it gave me the answer for that. The Python simplicity, extensive libraries, and versatility in web development, data science, and automation make it my preferred language. So you can tell according to your background and according to the condition that in which interview, like for the what position it asks, like interview asks you this type of question. So you can customize your answer according to yourself. Now the last question we have is, if given a choice between Python and Java for a project, which one would you choose? So this answer the ChatGPT gave me is the very logical and good answer to tell in your interview. That is, it depends on the project. For web application, AI and scripting, I would choose Python, and for enterprise application requiring speed and strict typing, I would go with Java. So as you can see that these are the questions that ChatGPT will cover if you give the prompt and the right prompt according to your requirements. So you can also see the flow of the questions, and you also have the chance to revise from your notes if you think there is a need to revise. So this is for today. If you found this helpful, you can like, subscribe, and whatever you can do. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.